Hey, we are here to practice vocabulary and we want to learn vocabulary about knowledge and awareness. So if you are interested, grab your notebook, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's dive in. This is our roadmap. This is what are we going to learn on this video. In the know, on one's radar, seemingly, or to some extent, virtually, or my understanding was that. These are the phrases, some noun, some adjective, some adverb, and we want to learn them one by one. The first one, fill in the blank. I have a quiz for you. Let's read this sentence together. Only people who are blank about the project have access to the confidential files. We want to talk about someone with a special awareness, with insider information, so someone has a specific knowledge about something. We call these people in the know. Only people who are in the know about the project, who are with a special knowledge or awareness about the project, have access to confidential files. So the correct answer is in the know. In the know. All of them is one word. It means well-informed. People who are in the know, they are well-informed, they are clued in, they are aware, and they are cognizant. Another example. She was in the know about the surprise party. She knew it beforehand that there was a surprise party coming. She was with insider information. And now, the next vocabulary, the next word. I haven't thought much about that issue yet, but it's definitely blank. I'll look into it soon. The speaker wants to say that the issue is under my attention. It's under my consideration. I have my attention over it because I haven't thought about it, but I want to think about it in the future. I will look into it. So I have the plan to review it. In this context, we say the thing is noticed, monitored, tracked, or on my radar. On my radar. When something is on my radar, it means I have my full attention over it. I'm aware about it. And I want to look into it in the future. So, we have examples like the new policy is on our radar for review. It means we want to look into it in the future. We want to give it the full attention. It is under our consideration. And we will pay attention to it. We will handle it in the future. The new policy. Another example. Climate change has been on my radar, under my attention, under my consideration, since I read about rising sea levels in the Arctic. This expression is a little academic. And another one, another word, she is blank. Here I want an adverb. She is blank, always busy, but somehow she still finds time for her hobbies. I want an adverb here. An adverb like apparently. She is apparently always busy. Or outwardly, I want an adverb that shows attention or awareness. Here I want seemingly or outwardly. Both of them are excellent if you want to advance your English vocabulary. She is seemingly always busy. She is outwardly always busy, but somehow she still finds time for her hobbies. So in the next slide, we see seemingly, and for synonyms for seemingly, apparently, ostensibly, superficially, or outwardly. These are four synonyms for seemingly, and let me give you a good example. Her seemingly effortless piano performance came from years of rigorous practice. Seemingly effortless piano performance. When we say seemingly, it means based on what we think, what we know, and what we are aware of, based on our awareness, based on our knowledge, her effortless piano performance. So she practiced piano for years rigorously, and now she's performing the piano effortlessly. So based on our knowledge, based on what we think and our opinion and our understanding, the performance was effortless, and the practice of the piano was rigorous. I'm going to give you another example. The seemingly calm ocean hid, past tense of hide, treacherous undercurrent that capsized small boats. Here again, seemingly means based on what is seemed, based on what we see, think, what we understand, and based on our knowledge. The ocean was calm, but it hid treacherous undercurrents that caught and capsized small boats. Now, another one. I agree with you, blank, but I still think there are other factors to consider. I want to say I agree with you to some parts, to some extent, to a limited degree. Partly, I want to say I agree with you to some extent. To some extent is the synonym to partially, or partly, or in part, somewhat, or moderately. So I agree with you to some extent, to some limited degree. And examples? I agree with you to some extent. The old man is telling the young man that I agree with you to some extent. The theory is valid to some extent, so it's true, it's valid to some extent, to a limited degree, though exceptions undermine its universality. So the theory is not always true, it's not everywhere true, it's not always valid, not everywhere valid. There are some exceptions to the theory. So it is true to some extent. It is valid to some extent. It's not always valid. Okay? Another one. The restaurant was blank empty when we arrived, not to mention the fact that it was supposed to be a popular spot. I want to say that the restaurant was nearly empty, not fully empty. It was almost empty. So, a word to describe nearly and almost in this context is virtually. Virtually. So, the restaurant was virtually empty. It was practically empty. The restaurant was nearly empty. It was almost empty. I'm going to give you a good example. The meeting is virtually over. Not completely, but virtually. We're just waiting for the email. So when the email arrives, when it is received, the meeting is over. So it is virtually over. So we are waiting for the letter or email, and then it is completely over. So virtually means nearly. It means almost. By 2023, electric cars had virtually replaced gasoline models in Norway's new car sales. So they virtually replaced, not completely, not fully, in Norway new cars sell. And the last one, I believe that, I assume that, I want an expression like these in this blank. The meeting was at 3 p.m. but it actually started at 2, so my opinion was that, I believed that, I thought that, my opinion was that the meeting was at 3 p.m. But the best phrase that we can use here is my understanding was that, or I believed that, I assumed that, I thought that. The synonym to these expressions, my understanding was that, like my understanding was that the event started at 7 p.m. but the invitation actually said 6:30. Watch the video one more time if you really want to master every vocabulary and expression on this video.